Boston must become a leader among cities. The vision of a new Boston must extend into the heart of Roxbury and into the mind of every child. Boston must conduct the creative experiments in the abolition of ghettos which will point the way to other communities.
When I first moved to this neighborhood, the neighborhood had a lot of garbage, a lot of trash, a lot of vacant lots. It was like a no man's land. We actually were able to get people from all different parts of the neighborhood to come together. We rallied, we marched, we fought.
You crazy? Can't be done. Never been done, can't be done, shouldn't be done, don't do it.
People's only crime here was that they were poor, powerless, and had no advocate. But that was changing now.
Our plan is for everybody to work together as a community. We are part of the Dorchester, the Roxbury community. We are all one people.
This is the first time that I feel that I belong to this place and it's mine.
When I came here, I was 10 years old in 1966, and what I saw was a lot of fires, and I think that's what I remember, is always smelling a fire every night, 2, 3 fires. On my street, 2 homes out of 6 were gone by the year 1970. Everyone was moving out, and people that were moving in saying, oh, this is a ghetto.
When people think back on the neighborhood, they think of a working class community. And the workers were mostly Irish American. And then there was also a large Italian American minority.
There was a store on every corner, it seemed. On our way to school, we used to stop into Brown's and buy pickles, and then go on to school from there.
Now, most of the factories by 1940 had gone, but there were all of these working people.
It seemed that after the boys came home from the war, a good many of them got married, and they moved out of the neighborhood. Their parents still lived here, but the young people sort of gradually moved out.
There begins a number of federal programs to help people get housing away from the inner city. But the country is segregated, and the mortgage programs are segregated. They do not help black people move into what would be white suburbs. In this neighborhood, black people move into it as the white people are moving out of it. And so you have black people from the South moving north to get better jobs, people from various Caribbean islands, Hispanic people, and also people from the Cape Verdean Islands.
I first heard of this place when I was a boy in Cape Verde. My grandfather would send a calendar to us every year. In big letters spelled on the top of the calendar, Roxbury. I think it's the first word that I was able to read in English, Roxbury.
The 2 institutions that supported the white working class economy in this neighborhood were the city, which was run, of course, by Irish American politicians, and the other institution was the banks. Both of those institutions refused to interact with the newcomers. And I can only explain that as racism.
Individuals that owned buildings could not sell them because in reality all of this area had been redlined by the banks. You couldn't get home improvement loans, you couldn't get business loans to keep your businesses open.
More and more houses were being abandoned, and then a number of the owners of those buildings,